Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to talk about hopelessness, that really heavy feeling of being stuck in a fog where you just can't see the way forward. We're going to break down what it is and, more importantly, walk through 5 very real, concrete tools you can start using to find a way through it, starting right now. Let's get into it.
You know, the first and most important thing to get your head around is that feeling hopeless is a totally human response to being overwhelmed. It feels permanent for sure, but it's usually just a temporary state, like a really thick fog that's just blocking the view of what's ahead. It is not a character flaw, and it's definitely not a life sentence.
So what are we actually talking about, clinically speaking? Well, it's the specific combination of 2 core beliefs. First, the belief that the future looks pretty bleak, that your goals are just unreachable. And second, the feeling that you are completely helpless to do anything about it. It's that crushing thought of, nothing I do is going to matter anyway.
And if you're feeling this way, you are so far from alone. Research actually shows that at any given time, somewhere between 9 and 12% of the general population is dealing with a clinically significant level of hopelessness. That's a huge number. It's a widespread and, honestly, a deeply human struggle. But here's the good news, and there is good news. We can absolutely push back against that fog. A ton of research shows that certain psychological tools can make a huge difference. So let's get practical and look at 5 strategies you can start using, literally, today.
All right, first up, micro-goal agency. Hopelessness has a way of creating this sense of paralysis, right? Well, the best antidote is to prove to your own brain that your actions do matter. So you break a task down into something ridiculously small. I don't mean clean the kitchen, I mean put one single dish in the dishwasher. This isn't about being productive. It's about sending a tiny but powerful signal to your brain that change, even the smallest change, is actually possible.
Okay, tool number 2 is a really powerful research-backed imagery exercise. It's called the best possible self. This technique directly attacks that my future is doomed story that hopelessness loves to tell. By writing about and then really vividly imagining a positive, realistic future, you actually re-engage the optimism pathways in your brain. You're basically creating a believable alternative script for what could happen. This next one, behavioral activation, is based on a simple but profound truth. It's all about breaking that avoidance cycle. See, when you feel low, your instinct is to avoid things, but that just reinforces the hopelessness. The antidote is to move your body even when your mind is screaming no. Just a short walk, or even just listening to one song, provides your brain with concrete evidence that your actions can directly shift how you feel inside.
Tool 4 is all about changing your relationship with your own thoughts. This is a classic technique from cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. Hopelessness just loves catastrophic, all-or-nothing thinking. Words like always and never. This process helps you become a kind of detective of your own thoughts, to look at the actual evidence and find a more balanced, truthful story. So you might move from nothing will ever get better to something more like, I feel really stuck right now, but things have shifted for me before. See the difference?
And our final tool is a really fundamental shift in your mindset. It's about moving from self-criticism to self-curiosity. Hopelessness often comes with this extra layer of judgment. Why am I like this? Why do I feel this way? Instead of fighting the feeling, just get curious. Ask yourself, okay, what is this feeling trying to tell me? That one simple question can change the entire dynamic, from an internal war to a journey of self-understanding. Now, these tools are incredibly powerful for getting through those really difficult moments, but sometimes, even with our best efforts, that feeling of hopelessness can be really persistent. If you've tried these skills, maybe you've even been to therapy, and you still feel stuck, it might mean the issue isn't on the surface. It might be time to look a little deeper.
This quote just captures that frustrating feeling so perfectly. And it's an experience that's especially common for high-functioning people. People who are really putting in the work but still feel like they're just spinning their wheels, never quite getting to the real root of what's going on.
So why does that happen? Well, often it's because while short-term coping skills are absolutely vital for managing symptoms, they don't always address the deeper underlying patterns. You can think of it like pulling weeds. If you only pull the top part and you don't get the root, they're just going to grow right back.
And for getting to the root, a different kind of approach might be necessary, one that's specifically designed to look beneath the surface. This is where something called the deep insight model comes into play.
So this table here really shows the key difference.
While a lot of therapy focuses on managing the symptoms you can see, the Deep Insight model is designed to uncover the root patterns that are driving them in the first place. It's less about following a standard protocol and much more about a collaborative partnership that uses advanced psychological tools to understand the why behind the feeling.
And this model isn't just some new theory. It's an approach that's been refined over decades. It's grounded in over 29 years of clinical experience from professionals who are dedicated specifically to this deeper level of work.
And the outcome of this deeper work is often a really profound shift away from self-blame and confusion and toward genuine self-understanding and compassion. It's a journey that over 1,500 clients have already taken.
The process for this kind of work is very structured and intentional. It usually starts with a consultation just to make sure it's the right fit for you. From there, it's a guided, collaborative exploration using these powerful tools to really understand what's happening beneath the surface, all with the goal of creating profound insight and lasting change.
So if you feel like you're ready for more than just managing symptoms, if you're ready to truly understand your own story, maybe consider this your invitation.
If this deeper approach resonates with you and you're looking for a really dedicated, private space to do this kind of work, you can learn more by scheduling a complimentary consultation at inklotdoc.com. It's really just a conversation to see if it's the right path for you.
And let's just end on this thought. The goal of this isn't to get a label or a diagnosis. The real goal is to gain profound self-understanding. You don't have to navigate this alone, and you absolutely deserve deep, transformative support to find your way back to a place of clarity and hope.